two, one.
Hi, and welcome to another Empathy Tales podcast. This is Victoria Wolders, your host, and today we get to share with you another story. The story is called The Mirror of Gratitude. And this story was shared with my own students, my own children, at the very end of June 29th, 2019. And this story is about 4 mirrors. So this will be interesting because some of you who are listening might know about the zones of regulation. And the zones of regulation is about identifying how you're feeling. Blue often means sadness, red means anger, yellow means excitement, and green means happiness. And so today I've incorporated this idea of the zones of regulation into the story by talking about 4 mirrors. And so, of course, it's embedded in the Oak and Eagle Kingdom. And today's quote is, "He could feel what another person feels." And so I hope today you'll learn a little bit about a lonely man and some town folk. You'll learn about a priest. You'll learn about some people that are in a village. And I hope that today you'll be able to walk away with learning about kindness and mindfulness and compassion and empathy. Well, I'll let you listen to it, and I'll see you at the other end of the story. If you're all comfortable, then I'll begin. The Mirrors of Gratitude. And today is Saturday, June 29th, 2019. Once upon a time, a long time ago, in the land of the Oak and Eagle Kingdom, in the land of the Eastern Eagle, there lived a man who was a very wealthy man. He lived outside the village of Plenty in the land of the Eastern Eagle, and the village had many, many riches. He was born into a family with wealth, and he lived in a castle just outside the village. The castle was big. It had rooms upon rooms upon rooms, and stairwells that twisted and turned like snakes in the grass. Yet, this man was very lonely. He chose to look at other people in a way that made him think that they didn't like him. And often he would judge them. There would be people in the village who were sick or in pain, and as soon as he looked at them, he thought that they were in pain because they didn't like him. But yet it was their own pain and sorrow. One day, when he was down by the river, he was walking along the river, and as he turned a corner, he saw something very special in the river. And there were pieces of mirror in the river. And he started to pick them up and put them in his satchel. And for the next several days, he would walk along the river and pick up many different shards of mirror, and he placed them together. Okay. So as he began to pick up the pieces, he realized that they started to fit together. There was a blue mirror, a red mirror, a yellow mirror, and a green mirror. And They were all in the shape of a circle. And as he was placing them together, he started to look in the mirrors. And in the red mirror, he would see sadness. In the blue mirror, he would see sadness. In the red mirror, he would see anger. And yellow, he would look in the mirror and he'd be excited. And green, he would be happy and joyful. And in all these mirrors, what was really interesting is as soon as he looked into them, he had a sense of gratitude. He had a sense of gratitude when he was sad, because he appreciated the fact that he could feel what other people felt. When he looked into the mirror, the red mirror of anger, he was grateful that he could feel convicted on things. And then we looked in the mirror, the blue mirror, the yellow mirror of excitement. He was grateful that he could have that feeling of excitement. And then the last one, which was green mirror, he felt very grateful that he could be joyful and happy. And with all those feelings, he put them up on the wall. And he began to look at them every day and celebrate each emotion. And what happened was, as soon as he started doing that, he began to realize that people had emotions, and that sometimes when he was angry, it was because he felt convicted of something. And it wasn't because of someone else. His face looked angry. And he began to start thinking, maybe just because my face is looking at a certain way, maybe it doesn't mean that I'm mean or that I've done something hurtful. Maybe it just means that there's more of a backstory. Maybe if I empathize and start realizing that in me I have these feelings, and these feelings are important, and I value and I support them, then maybe in the village I'll do the same. So he began to go down to the village, and he started to see the priest, and the priest looked very sad. And often he thought to himself, oh, the priest is sad because he doesn't like me. But the man started to ask the priest, why are you sad? And the priest would say, I am very lonely. My family has passed away, and I am in this big, large cathedral all by myself, and no one comes and visits me. So the man said, I will come visit you every day. So the man started to visit him, and started to realize that his sadness wasn't because of the man, it was because of his backstory and his history. Soon as he continued walking through the village, he met with the banker. The banker was very angry, and the man started to ask, Banker, at first I thought you were angry at me, but help me understand why you were angry. He said, I have lost all my money. Here I am, a professional banker, helping other people save money, but I've lost all my money. I've swindled it away, and I should have not done that, and I'm angry about that. And the man said, well, let me help you. How about if I sit down with you and I'll look to see how we can get your money back? And the man was very grateful. He continued walking along, and then he saw the blacksmith, and the blacksmith was very anxious. And the man always thought, oh, the blacksmith doesn't like me. But he leaned in and said to the blacksmith, help me understand why you're anxious. Help me understand why you're worried. And the blacksmith said, I have done this all my life, and yet people are not coming to me anymore to ask me to wield them swords or build instruments. They're just not needing them anymore. I am worried that I'm not going to have a livelihood, and I'm going to lose and miss my job. And the man said, well, I would love for you to build things for my castle. Would we be able to work together and help me understand how I can help you? The man said yes. The blacksmith said yes. As he continued, he began to see children, and they were dancing around the village fountain. He went up to the children, said, "You're so happy. Why are you so happy? Help me understand." And they said, "Well, we're happy because of the green grass and the green trees and the beauty of renewal every day. We get to wake up and breathe fresh air and drink fresh water. We have a bed to sleep in. We have family that love us." And at that moment, the man's heart softened. He said, "I've always wondered why you're so happy, and now I do." And the man went back to his castle, and as he walked down the corridor, he began to look in the mirror, and not only did he see his face, but when he looked into the blue mirror, he saw the priest's face. When he looked into the red mirror, he saw the banker's face. When he looked into the yellow mirror, he saw the blacksmith's face. And when he looked into the green mirror, he saw the children. And he became grateful for the interactions and the connections he built and the understanding. And from that point on, he called those mirrors the mirrors of gratitude. And he was never lonely again. The end. Thank you so much for joining us today for another empathy tale, The Mirror of Gratitude. I know today we shared a story about someone who was hurt, and then I hope that you gain perspective of what it means to be empathetic, what it means to be compassionate. For those people who have difficulty understanding the difference, empathy is feeling what another person feels. But when you're compassionate, you move towards doing something for that person. Compassion is an action. And so this is our Empathy Tales podcast, trying to help our listeners, whoever you are, to continue to practice positive narratives into the world, including empathy, compassion, mindfulness, and kindness. And I hope today you will be able to take away some of those things into your real world. Well, until next time, this is Victoria Wolders, your Empathy Tales host from mykidslocker.com. I hope that you create compassion one story at a time. I'll see you at the next episode. Thank you.